Massacre in Plateau State, Jos, has paint, tears and sorrow in Ikare. Ikare in Akoko North-East local government area of Ondo State has ever been a peaceful environment where the indigenes live harmoniously with Fulani settlers for decades. Many of the Fulani settlers were born in the town doing their cattle business quietly, but the serene ambience was rudely shattered on Saturday as tragic news filtered in from Jos Plateau State. The Fulani community was suddenly gutted by sorrow, tears and anguish. According to the report from Jos, 28 of the 91 Muslim faithful that left Ikare to Bauchi for the annual Zikr prayer session were ambushed and murdered in their way back. It was a black Saturday for the Fulani community. Families who lost loved ones were inconsolable. Few days after, families and friends of the bereaved are crying for justice for their loved ones outshot by heartless locals in Rukuba, Jos. The travelers, mostly Fulani, had attended an annual Zikr prayer session and celebration of the Islamic New Year organized by Dahiru Usman Bauchi, and were traveling in a convoy of 5 18-seater coastal buses when they were attacked. Police authorities have identified the perpetrators and described them as suspected Irigwe militias. So they have identified them so fast just because they are Fulani people that were killed. Now they are suspecting the Irigwe militia, suspected Irigwe militia. That is what is being said here. But Irigwe Development Association said the attack was not carried out by Irigwe youths. Well, the assailants reportedly dragged the victims out of their vehicles, which were trapped in gridlock, and then killed many of them using machetes, dagger, knives, stones and other dangerous weapons. Saturday's attack was carried out about 2 weeks after the 2 persons were killed when youth blocked the same Gada-Biu highway. The death toll has reached 28. 11 people are in critical conditions while 35 have been discharged. Still missing are 13 people as at Monday night. PM News correspondents who visited the town met with Hausa Fulani leaders, family and relatives of victims who are asking the government of Plateau State to fish out the perpetrators of the attack. The family members are also asking the Plateau State government to return the survivors who are currently receiving treatment in the hospital. Speaking with PM News, the Seriki Hausa of Akoko Land, Alhaji Mohammed Alidu, described the incident as unfortunate and uncalled for. According to him, the victims were law-abiding citizens of Nigeria who were returning from Bauchi State after attending an annual Zikr prayer and celebration of the New Year Islamic calendar held at the Dahiru Usman Bauchi Mosque in the state. The incident is a sad and unfortunate one. They were returning from Bauchi State after attending an annual Zikr there in Bauchi, and that is how they go every year for the prayer. They went with 5 18-seater coastal buses, but only one bus was not touched. The report we had was that it was Christian group that attacked them, and this is not even a fight. They were coming from a prayer and they killed them. See the way they have labeled the Christians, being a Christian militia, that they are the one, involved in the attack. Well, we don't have first-hand information, but we were told. Okay, you were told, but there was no concrete information, but it has been said by them that suspected Christians, they heard it, not that they have a final say or final verdict that it was the Christian that perpetrated the evil. Well, according to them, they says we had about 23 are dead, all vehicles burnt down, but we are here waiting for those that made it alive to return, since those who died have been buried in Islamic way. These are peace-loving citizens. They were attacked and some of them are killed. This is very unfortunate. We are calling on the Ondo State and Plateau State government to take necessary actions and make sure those who are alive are returned safely to Ikare, he said. Another relative, Megemu Zakaria Saidu, said One of the victims is so close to him and told him before embarking on the journey, but that he is still hoping he will be among the survivors. He is like my son, and that is how they go to Bauchi every year before this unfortunate incident, and we are hoping that those who are not dead will be back. And we were not there, and we don't know the condition of those alive. We are hoping the government are doing all they can do to bring the situation under control. He said 13 people went from my camp, 6 dead, 7 in hospital. Alil has just said our correspondent also visited Aduloju Fulani camp in Ikare and met Jibril Alil, the leader of residents in the camp, who gave the identities of members of his camp who traveled to Bauchi State. According to the 60-year-old man, 13 people, including his son, went from his camp, and that 6 were dead while 7 were currently in the hospital. Among those who are dead are Anan Saliu Alidu, Abdul Karim Muhammadu, and 2 others, while those who were admitted to the hospital are Shuaib Sadauna, Aruba Ganziba, Da Muhammadu, Da Ba'akolo Musoda. Jibril added that his son Ibrahim Jibril found refuge in a nearby bush where he watched as the youths attacked and killed some of his colleagues before he was rescued by soldiers. He is still with them, and we are talking from time to time. He added, good luck to him that his son is not dead. Jibril also called on Plateau State government to facilitate how those who are currently in the hospital can be returned to Ondo State. We want those in the hospital to be returned to Ikare. We are not sure of their safety there. We want them to be where we can see them, he said. Our correspondent also visited Ikaramu, where Fulani leaders and relatives of victims had converged, waiting for Governor Ikare Olu's delegation to sympathize with them. Okay, so Governor Ikare Olu now will now go and sympathize with you Fulani people. When the Fulani militias were destroying, killing the Yorubas, how many times has Governor Ikare Olu gone to visit the Yorubas that were killed by the Fulani elders? Okay, this is a tribal war, or because they are Fulani now, Ikare Olu should eat his head on transformer to go and welcome or visit them. Well, when it comes to fair play, Governor Ikare Olu should go and visit them because they are human beings also. But because of the antecedent of the government, supporting the Fulani elders, that's why we are saying that since they are Fulani, the government now is showing concern. But when it comes to the people of the south, they don't show concern. Well, according to somebody, says my brother was our breadwinner, Usman Taifo, victim's family member. According to him, he said another family member who lost his brother in the incident, Usman Taifo, narrated how he heard about the sad news from a bike man. According to him, he was not in town when his brother Muhammad Lawal traveled to Bauchi, but kept in touch with him till they left the state because of the security situation in the north. So they already know that the north has a security crisis. Why did they embark on that journey? Well, I wouldn't blame anybody, but the deed has been done. According to the report that came in earlier, that the people of Irigwe town were the first to have been attacked by these so-called Fulani militias, but because these ones are innocent, coming from Ikare Ekiti, well, they are now paying the price for the Fulani militias who killed the people of Irigwe. They said over 70 people were killed about 2 weeks ago, but the government did not say anything. Buhari did not say anything, just because they are Fulani. The reprisal attack is on the innocent Fulani people. That's why they are trying to sympathize with them. I mean the federal government. Well, thank you for your biasness. According to some of my friends who say thank you for your biasness. Well, definitely the government has not really done well in the area of security. If security personnel were deployed all over nook and cranny of Nigeria, no evil or no challenge pertaining security would have befell anybody living in Nigeria. Well, I will still blame the government. That is the government's fault for not securing the lives and properties of the people and citizens they govern. Well, I will stop now. I would like you to share your comments over this issue. Thanks for listening.